I'm Rene Feuerman. I'm the executive director of the Brookline Food Pantry. I am from upstate New York, a small town, Clinton. I grew up in a house where my mother always said anyone's welcome. We invited anyone to sit at our table if people didn't have family or were going to be alone at a holiday. So we always had an open door policy. You know, it can really tug at your heart. There's a lot of problems and a lot of worries and a lot of issues, but people come for all reasons. A lot of people with physical and mental issues, and they don't feel like they're accepted. They feel very shy or afraid. A lot of people just want to get their food and leave and feel, you know, embarrassed to be there, especially if they have kids in the Brookline school system. They don't want anyone to see them. They don't want their neighbors to know they have to come there. Some people use alias names. They don't want to be found by, you know, abusive husbands or different domestic violence situations. All of my 85 volunteers, along with myself, tried to feed everyone with a smile and provide food and give them an environment where they feel comfortable coming back. One of my main goals since I took over 4 years ago was to provide produce. At the time, we weren't providing very much. We went from bringing in 2,000 pounds of food a week when I started 4 years ago to currently bringing in 7,200 pounds of food. And a lot of that is produce. I'll never forget the second week I was there, 13-year-old came in and said, I'm really hungry. I have nothing to eat in my house, and my mom's not cooking. So can you help me find something that I can make for dinner? And I said, well, where's your mom? He said, well, she's too tired and she's sleeping and she's not coming. So I said, well, I guess we can register you as a 13-year-old. Being able to talk to the children directly, I have several of them that show up that are only in second grade and they want to work for their food. So they cut open boxes of soap or they create bags, open bags. Over at St. Paul's, we are not exactly close to any public transportation. For elderly, for families, to schlep your groceries is a struggle. So I had been getting a lot of calls from people asking for rides, asking to drop off groceries over at the Egma and Trustman housing facility. There is over 200 units there owned by Brookline Housing, and we really felt that there was a need for better access over there. So we opened at the community room there. Brookline Community Foundation came out with a study that 13% of our town is below poverty. We are only feeding about 3 to 4%. I think the more we provide better access to food, the more people are going to come to us, not because they weren't hungry before and they're hungry now, but because we're trying to make it a nicer place and more acceptable and less shameless to shop with us. Food is a basic need. It's a basic right. We had 7,720 visits last year, and that was up a good, 20% maybe over the year before. But there's still people out there, and I still think there's a lot left to do. We're trying so hard to change people's lives.